Chapter 11. Now we see the MC kneeling on the floor as he's drenched in the acid. Oda stands there shocked at her own actions as Momo goes near him to help him as she looks worried and panicked. As Momo is trying to help the MC, Oda tells her that it's all her fault. Suddenly, the MC calmly tells Oda that this stuff is dangerous to the eyes. Hearing him be so calm shocks them. Oda looks confused and shocked as she asks him why hasn't anything happened to him. He calmly tells her that he told her before that doing all this is meaningless. He asks this illiterate fuck if she even read the bottle label clearly. She tells him that it did say it was hydrochloric acid. He replies and tells her that it's diluted hydrochloric acid for use in the classroom. Now, we see the MC outside the science room removing his shirt and glasses. He continues talking and says that it indeed is hydrochloric acid still, but it isn't strong enough to harm someone badly. As he cleans himself under a tap, he tells them that it is still a dangerous chemical and should be washed off immediately. He tells them that they should avoid direct contact, or they might get skin inflammations, and should the concentration be any higher than this, they should seek immediate medical attention. Oda looks shocked as she says that Tsubaki and the others told her that this would do serious damage. The MC closes the tap as he calls Oda. He tells her dumbass that it's about time she started looking at her own shortcomings. It was negligence on her part to not have realized upon seeing the bottle, and as a matter of fact, her grades in chemistry have been rather disappointing, and in addition to the chemistry homework she failed to hand in, she was absent in the supplementary exam as well. Her current standing is at the bottom of the cohort. If she doesn't put in any more effort than even Momo is, she's going to have to repeat the grade. Hearing him say this surprises and confuses Momo. She asks him to hold a minute and asks isn't Oda's score at least twice that of hers. He replies and tells Momo that's impossible, and Oda's results have always been not much different from hers. Momo still can't believe this and tries to tell him that Oda was saying that her marks are better, but the MC stops her and tries to explain. As he's explaining, we now see Mari and Tenjiku. Mari tells Tenjiku that she's seen this cafe's cakes before. Mari looks at the images of the cakes and looks concerned as she tells Tenjiku that the cakes Oda said she made herself look exactly like the cakes from this cafe. Now we see the MC and the girls. He explains to Momo that Oda has been lying all this time. Hearing him say this makes Oda scared. Momo gets confused hearing this. He continues and tells her that he had no clue who was behind those incidents that happened one after another. But upon seeing the handwriting on the blackboard, he roughly knew that Oda was the one who had written it. If the one who did it was Momo's friends, they wouldn't have said that Momo was interested in me. It's clear that the culprit had evil intents against Momo in spreading such rumors. He continues and tells Oda that she's always involved in disputes with Momo, intentionally trying to spite anger and show off. However, all of it was just big talk with no substance behind it. He continues and tells her that when she didn't hand in the showbiz activities application form, he understood that her lying ass didn't participate in any modeling activities outside. Momo asks Oda why did she never ask the opinion of those who were involved at all, even though she said that she knows others in this line of work. Momo gets concerned and asks her why. Why did she still do such things, despite knowing that she'll eventually be found out? She tells her that she's only going to make a fool out of herself. Hearing this pisses Oda off. She bites her lips in frustration and helplessness. He continues and asks if she did all this so that she could feel superior. It may be true that lying can help her achieve more satisfaction, but that doesn't make her a better person at all. What she needs to do right now is to show the world her true potential, instead of continuing to lie to get the whole world on her side. Instead of closing her eyes from the truth and spouting every lie that comes into her head, she needs the strength to face truth head on. He grabs the chemical and notes down that he found it as he tells her that thankfully, he has no interest whatsoever in her private life. He doesn't care what she does outside school. He calls Oda and tells her that he wants her to make an apology for what she's done today, hand in her chemistry homework on time, and take the makeup supplementary exam. She tries to say something, but he continues and tells her that if he were to go by the rulebook, he would have given up on her already. But as long as she's willing to work hard, he will support her as much as possible as her teacher. He gives her a big smile and tells her to please put in her best effort. This is so that she can become a member of society instead of being seen as a liar. Hearing all this surprises Oda, and she tries to tell him something, but Momo jumps in and awkwardly says that she also thinks that this time Oda really messed up big time, but they all still have a long road ahead of them. She awkwardly tries to cheer Oda and tells her that even she has thoroughly reflected on her actions, so she can change too. Momo continues and tells Oda that she doesn't have to force herself to stick with Tsubaki and the others. Hearing all this, Oda smiles and asks her just how optimistic could she possibly get. She gets really close to Momo and tells her that this is the really annoying part about her and that she really hates it. She tells Momo it's a joke that they can work together. She asks her what could Momo possibly do and that she is already content with what she has in her life. Momo looks shocked. Oda screams and tells her to not look down on her just because she lied. Her life doesn't revolve around what they say. She's completely fine with who she is. No matter what others may say about her, the fact that she hates Momo will still remain. She says that she just can't stand the fact that Momo is always so blessed and can hold her head up high. She keeps screaming and asks them if they think she has a chance of beating Momo at anything besides academics, even if she puts in effort. She tells them that she can't do it, and that everyone is good at different things. She stands a much better chance at making her life shine when she sticks with Tsubaki and the others. Oda calls the MC and tells him that she may be stupid, but she's not that stupid. She asks him if he knows how disgusted she feels just by looking at him. As the MC just stands there and smiles, she continues screaming and tells him that he may be able to deceive Momo and the others with that suspicious-looking fake smile of his, but he'll never be able to get past her. She gets in his face and tells him that he really doesn't understand. As he keeps smiling, she tells him that he doesn't understand a single thing about her or the rest of the students. He's just doing this because he thinks that this is funny. Hearing all this shocks and confuses Momo. With tears in her eyes, Oda screams and tells him to keep dreaming if he thinks that he can become a great teacher by giving them that look. Suddenly, the school bell rings and the hallways fill with silence. As Oda is frustrated and tries to say something, the MC calls her index number and her name. He looks at her like she's a pain in the ass and tells her that she really is stupid. In the garden of the school, we see Nazasa asking Tsubaki if they are cutting off Oda, as she sounds confused. Nazasa looks concerned as she tells Tsubaki that those chemicals won't cause much harm anyway, and asks, weren't they just for fun? Tsubaki asks Nazasa, what are you saying? Tsubaki continues and tells her that she was laughing behind Oda's back and saying that Oda is really an idiot and that she's a pathetic girl that's willing to tell any lie to just show off. As she is reading some papers, she tells Nazasa that she hates narcissist Momo for betraying them, but she hates liars even more. Oda continues doing all these things in secret, while not knowing that she's already been found out. Tsubaki continues and says that, thankfully the pictures came just in time. She keeps her phone down and says that it kinda feels like they are done with cleaning up. Erika looks concerned as she says Tsubaki's name. Suddenly, Tsubaki throws a bunch of papers and tells them that she was shocked when she saw this. It looks like someone else in their school needs much more cleaning up than Oda does. Now we go back to the MC. He tells Oda to excuse him and that the last bell rang, and it's now his private time. He tells Oda that he accidentally spoke his mind. He says, making your life shine. Please, for someone who doesn't even know their position, that's almost impossible. He tells her that if she doesn't want to lose everything, she should learn from Momo and make sure to come for the makeup exam next week. Otherwise, it'll really be all over for her. Hearing all this scares Oda. She reaches out to the MC and grabs his hand. He immediately smacks her hand away and tells her to not touch him. Seeing this reaction shocks her. He apologizes to her and tells her that he's had enough overtime hours for this week. He can't entertain her any longer. His job as a teacher is to teach and guide students. But as she can tell, he is a huge liar. As he says this, we get a glimpse of the papers which Tsubaki threw. The paper is an investigation report on the MC. The report says that a student was pushed to committing non-existence, and the teacher may have been too harsh on the student. And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you,